Hello, my lovely soul, and welcome to Unstoppable Confidence. I am your host, Lauren Glick. I am here to bring you my energy, my motivational speaking, and me being a confidence mentor. My mission is to inspire women to own who they are, step into their higher selves fearlessly, and live a life with unstoppable joy. On this show, we are going to cover everything from aligning your life to your higher self, setting boundaries, self-growth, and living a purpose-driven life. Let's get you living a meaningful life you cannot wait to wake up to. Stop driving and start living with ease and abundance. Cheers to living a magical life. And I am so grateful to be on this journey with you. Now, let's head into today's episode. Good morning, my love. I guess I shouldn't be saying good morning because you could be listening to this at night. I think it's just so interesting to record podcasts in the first place, because where are you right now? Are you driving? Anyways, hopefully you're having a good workout. Maybe you're in the shower, because I know that I for sure take my cell phone into the shower. I put it in the window and I either listen to frequency tones or I listen to my favorite podcast as well. No, I don't listen to myself, but maybe I should. Get some pointers, write some points down. That would make me uncomfortable. But this podcast today is all about stepping into the uncomfortable, because boy, in 2022, I have really decided that is decided. Good job, Lauren. To step into my uncomfortable. But that's the thing, is like entrepreneurship, it's always new level, new devil. So it's a constant state of change and being able to push yourself into ways that you really didn't think that were possible. So, and I'm sorry, I'm going to maybe be a little sniffly in this recording. Yes, I did have COVID, Omicron, turning into robots over here. It was a little bit more challenging for me because maybe some of you know, I do have an autoimmune-ish and I am on some immune suppressant. So maybe that's why it hit me a little bit harder. Post-COVID has been pretty up and down. I think the last thing, some days I still have the pretty gnarly headache and eye pain and headache. Wait, did I already say that? God, this is going to be a good recording. But anyways, so I got COVID 2 days after Christmas. And today I'm recording, it's January 16th. So I had a fever for about 3 or 4 days and then super gnarly eye pain with Omicron. But anyways, other than that, today we are talking about stepping into your uncomfortable. Like, we do not grow in our comfort zone. I know that statement is told a lot, but it's so true. And I think we always get to have a reminder. Because in 2021, before New Year's, I was taking kind of a break, or just really giving myself time to think about what I wanted to accomplish. I was very running myself thin and saying yes to too many things. And I think that was one of the primary reasons in November and December. I was like, okay, I need to take a break and figure what is the most important thing I could do in my life right now. When I was taking that hiatus, I was like, what really aligns with myself and what pushes me into another level? And what am I most truly aligned with is what really kept ringing true in my mind. And though I said yes to so many things, I really wanted to take a drawback from all those things, even though I loved the people that I was getting involved with. But at the same time, I was like, what makes and helps me grow? And what is my passion and my purpose in life? So once you Oh, Brucey, did you want to be a part of this episode? Come on. No barking. So I did just put on my Instagram stories. If you don't know me on Instagram, I'm at the Lauren Glick, and I was just recording like where I record, and I'm looking out at my horse trail, the horse trail in the back of our house. And Bruce likes to protect the house from horses. He's like, F you, horse. So back to 2021, I really wanted to grow and be more aligned and be more comfortable being myself on social media. As you might know, if you've been here a while, and if you haven't, then I am I was a city firefighter for 10 years. And I didn't have social media at all. So social media came out and I was like, whatever, not doing it. Like I was on, what is that for social media platform? MySpace. And then I was on Facebook when you like had to log in with your colleges, which was super fun. I was like thinking so cool at Chico State, like, oh my God, I could log into my school. But anyways, so in the year 2020, I found my growth and my purpose. As you also may know, I guess apparently that's like the name of the, as you may know, maybe that should be the name of the podcast. I had a lot of growth through Clubhouse within my networking. I always truly do believe about networking and pushing yourself into groups that you think you're not ready for. So yes, I joined masterminds, but my true connections really did come from Clubhouse. And I think it was that push and that drive that really showed me that I do have a voice and that I can speak up, and going over my purpose every day into different rooms really did help me. And through that, I started Unstoppable Confidence. I had so many other entrepreneurs help me with the naming and with the process. I have so many rad mentors that have podcasts themselves, and some of them are going to be on the show, that have been on the show, all the good things. And when I took a step back from my first Clubhouse to Cash course, I really thought to myself, yes, this is helping new entrepreneurs, but is it truly in alignment for me to be talking about Clubhouse when I have no affiliation with them at all? And that's when I had the light bulb moment of, I want to be myself. I don't want to constantly be talking about Clubhouse. I think it's a phenomenal tool, and I will be talking about it on this podcast. I'll be talking about all social audio forms because I do love checking a lot of them out, because I think there's so many brand new people that you get to meet if you're on different platforms of social audio. And my primary goal of 2022 for you out there, I am putting out solo podcasts on Mondays, and then I will have my interviews on Wednesdays. So there are going to be 2 episodes a week, and I am so excited to be back on the train after the holidays. The train never stopped, but I guess we're just going at a higher speed, because now I'm going to be chatting with you so much more. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, I have a lot of personal things that I'm doing as well. And a lot of business things that I'm talking about. That's not on my primary feed, but it is in my stories. So I've been having a lot more feedback with my stories, because apparently what I do in my free time, kind of interesting. So go check me out over on the Lauren Glick. So for the primary reason, so those are the updates, because I haven't had a solo podcast. I've been airing all my interviews weekly because of the holidays, because of family in town, and then COVID. So really stepping out of your comfort zone. And it's like, what is that? How do you even know? And for example, as I clear my throat, gosh, the past couple weeks, I've been like shit, that's really effing scary. Like, I don't know what the hell am I doing, but for me, I 100% learn when I am taking the action. And yeah, we can learn from courses 100%, but you're not going to have the inner growth if you do not take those steps. And are courses overrated? I mean, social media is social media. I think, but that's the thing. If you're new to social media, then it's not overrated. But that's the thing. If you have the basics of Instagram down and you know how to sell and you know what you're selling, then maybe are you stuck in this comfort zone of, oh, I get to take this next course because it will teach me this, instead of taking the steps of, oh gosh, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do this anyways because I have a mentor that is helping me through it. And I always truly do believe in having a coach at all times so that you are being kept on track. And I think that's the most important part of stepping out of your comfort zone, is really surrounding yourself with people that do the same thing. Because we can have people in our lives that are very comfortable being in the comfortable, and we have no problem with it. But I've always been one to really seek new things. And as an entrepreneur, that gives me the ability to do that. Multi-passionate entrepreneur over here, raise your hands. Unless you're driving, keep both hands on the wheel at 9 and 5. Is that the correct? No, that's not correct. 10 and 2. What is this? 1, 2. Yeah, it's 10 and 2, Lauren. Keep your hands 10 and 2. I remember when I used to drive, it used to drive my captain crazy if I just had like one hand on the wheel. And it wasn't like me trying to be JT cool. It was just how like I drove. 10 and 2. Keep your hands at 10 and 2, everyone. If you are driving at all times, keep your hands at 10 and 2. Thank you. So other than that, and what really helps me understand if I am like just going through the day and being like, I call it putzing around. If I'm putzing around, I know I'm putzing around because I'm like, this is like, it's fun. I get to hang out with Bruce. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put some post up. Like, yeah. And I always make sure that I do have goals that I want to hit. So getting out of the comfort zone, I always make sure that I have a list of things that I want to accomplish. I have goals set for those dates. Because I'm stepping out of course creation and I'm stepping into really growing traction on my podcast. That's what it's like. Okay, how do I grow as an entrepreneur in that individual sense? So I make sure that I have a to-do list of things that I want to make sure that I am hitting every week, every month, that I'm really pushing myself to grow within the type of guests that I am having on this podcast for you, because I know it really inspires me having gnarly entrepreneurs on this podcast. And I'm hoping it inspires you. So I make sure that I have that, holy moly, I don't know if I'm reaching out to this guest and what if they don't respond? What if they say no? And I've gotten no's from people that I know, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll come back to you. Or just something like that you understand that you're like, okay, that doesn't feel normal, but I'm going to do it anyways. And when you're able to really get in tune with your body and how you're feeling in your body, there's a difference between like being uncomfortable with it in your gut and being uncomfortable with it in your head, right? Because when you overthink something, then your mind starts growing crazy. But if you're not feeling good with it in your gut, that's a different story. And that's probably something that we should talk about on a later episode for sure, because I truly do believe in intuition and understanding yourself and being aligned with the things that you have coming into what do you want to achieve and what your goals are. And if you're just overthinking it of like, oh my God, what if this happens? Or what if this happens? Well, yeah, shit's going to happen. But if you don't do anything at all, then you're just stuck in your comfort zone. And frankly, that is not what 2022 is about. 2022 is about getting out of your comfort zone as a newer or returning or 10 years or 15-year entrepreneur and going to that next step. Because I know for a fact that it is always a new level and it is always a new challenge. So if you are a new entrepreneur that is just beginning to speak out on social media, or you're a 15-year entrepreneur, you get to follow your intuition and knowing that fear is always going to creep up. And the one thing that you need to have is just 1 second of courage in that moment to say yes to those things that you truly do desire. And that is what's going to give you the success. Courage. I know you thought I was going to say confidence, didn't you? But on this week, I would absolutely love for you to sit down, because I know it's that week of, yeah, we all had resolutions. And did you stop focusing in on those goals? Because after a couple of weeks, you're like, yeah, I didn't do it. So let's reorganize those resolutions and get you to just a normal set of goals and a normal level of, oh, I am going to make a goal for myself or a habit every morning to get up and go on a 30-minute walk, to listen to my frequency tones so that or listen to my favorite podcast or my favorite music while I'm walking. So I have 30 minutes in the morning to myself, and I am making it a habit. If I miss one day, if I miss 2 days, I know that I will get realigned to the habits for the entire 2022, not just 2 to 3 weeks at the beginning of January. I know. Harsh, Lauren. So let's get you realigned to your resolutions. Take your journal. This is your homework for the week. Take your journal, really rewrite your goals. Why did you get derailed from those goals? And what would you like to see in the future? Take it one small step at a time. Right? If a 30-minute walk and you want to make that a habit every single morning, if that's something that's way too long, start with 5 minutes, literally. Go to the end of the block and back. And you'll start to see that it is actually the action of holding your habits and yourself accountable for what you are telling yourself you want to accomplish. And to make it a little bit more easy transition, a 5-minute walk, it's not taking up too much time. It's just the act of overcoming your mind and saying, okay, I hear you. I don't want to go out in the freezing cold ass weather, but you do it anyways. And once you're able to make that a habit, then you start increasing that time. Or if you want to make it a habit by getting on your social media consistently 3 times a week, I know you can do it. So on that, loves, I would absolutely love for you to screenshot this recording today. And if you would do me one favor for 2022 is to screenshot and share it with your audience on Instagram. Tag me, and I will be forever grateful, because I am growing this podcast all organically and it would mean the world to me. So on that, loves, let's keep going with our resolution and goals in 2022. Stepping out of your comfort zone, because girl, we never grow in it. So on that, loves, hopefully you have a good rest of your week. I know it is Monday, but who knows? You could be listening to this on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So loves, I will talk to you on the next episode. And until then, you know, I love you. Bye. I hope you are so excited about where you're going, because I know I'm excited for you. Thank you so much for listening in today. If you loved this episode, it would mean the world to me if you shared it with a girlfriend or posted it on social media. Tag me so I could personally say thank you. I am so grateful. And until next time,